I guess it went in blocks. Like, I went through the phase of trying to just not think about it with the drug use.
Yeah.
And then I found training, and I'd do push-ups and chin-ups and boxing, and when I found the exercise, I guess I'm a addictive personality. That became my addiction.
Yeah.
And then drugs had come around, and even just pot, like people would offer me pot, and I'd be like, nah. I did once, and then I didn't want to train, and I felt real guilty, so I stopped it all while I was training, and I became a beast. Like I was 105 kilos.
Yeah.
Legs.
Well, I remember
good,
you were looking really healthy in there too.
Yeah, and I loved it. You know what I mean? I even right now in life, I'm guilty for not doing it. Like I want to get back into it. I'm chubby, and
I'm not the only one, mate.
yeah. Like I
got too comfortable.
Yeah, basically outside life, it's good.
Yeah.
But I work, and you find excuses to not train, but anyone who wants anything will find excuses to do that thing, whatever it may be. Like whether it's you want to study, work, or whatever. You got to find the excuses to do it.
Yeah.
So that's sort of where I'm at now. I want to, I'm drinking too much and smoking, and I want to be back to that healthy state, and be a better father. I want to be able to run around with the kids and that sort of thing, So, but yeah, like I coped in various ways, and I guess that's important because everybody copes with things differently. And
no, definitely.
If you're in that situation where you have adversity, you can cope negatively. You can go to the drink, you can go to the drugs, the hard drugs. Some people get on heroin, some people use ice or whatever, but or you can look at it like a challenge and just be thankful for what you got. Someone's always got it worse.
Absolutely.
No matter what you think, there's, we live in Australia. We're lucky. Look around us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I totally agree with you.
Like, we could be broke in Africa having to walk 10k for water, for a bucket of dirty water every day.
Or living in America where the only finances is having to work.
Exactly, yeah. Like, even if you're not working in Australia, you can get the dole, and they might even pay for you to study with your work provider, or you know what I mean. Like,
so you get a lot of help here.
We're very lucky in Australia. Yeah. Even our jail system, like, we used to whinge about it, but
it's nothing compared to America.
Being in Brazil or a third world country, Thailand, Bangkok, Hilton, that'd be terrible.
Afghanistan,
Yeah. So, but yeah, coping with prison, I did it every which way you can, the bad ways and the good ways, until, I went through cycles of it, good, bad, until I had like a year to go, and then I sort of knuckled down a bit and just, I did all the courses I could.
Yeah.
Mind you, from the moment I got that sentence, I was, like they even said in my sentencing, he's a career criminal, blah, blah, blah. Like, I knew how to play the system. So I guess it wasn't a good thing, but I knew, like, just do every course you can. And by that stage, I knew how to milk the courses. Like, for example, they want you to do like cognitive self-change. And I knew these teachers, they don't want a guy that comes in and knows everything. They want a guy that they feel as though they changed. So prisoners become very good manipulators. So I knew, like, it's not a good thing, but from the get-go I was manipulating the system, and you know, trying to I'd get everybody on side from manipulation, you know, and it wasn't helping me, you know. But mind you, their courses are shit, let's face it. Like, they're not funded in the way where they can do any real help, you know what I mean? Like prisons think they'll lock you up and fund a few courses for you to get parole, when if they just funded the kid when he was 12 years old with some better life skills and that, you know, like, maybe he wouldn't go to prison. But
no, totally.
yeah, like, so yeah, coping was a lot of negative things and a few positives, you know, like.
So what were your highs and lows in prison?
I guess we'll start with the lows.
So your high points and low
Probably
points?
no better place to start. Finding out, like, my grandmother was going through sort of like dementia, you know, all that stuff where you're not out there to be there. But at the same time, it was the only time I really reconnected with family, because over years of doing crime and drugs, like, I really I guess the shame of it, you don't really talk to your family as much as you should, and they're probably the people you need the most, you know. But lows and times with drugs where you know, you're trying to make yourself happy, but it's the stupidest thing to try and make yourself happy with, because you might feel good for a few hours, but you'll be shit for 3 days afterwards, you know. But the highs, like, when I started exercising and really got into it, I also started reading a lot, and you know, I started learning German, and I started drawing and painting. I won an art competition. I used to sell some work, you know.
Yeah, I was surprised at that. That was awesome.
Yeah, like, I really loved doing graphite, lead pencil drawings, portraits, and or pastel portraits, and
which is where I'll do another video explaining about, where we'll just talk about your art and your art history. And
it's worthwhile. I haven't done enough since I got out, actually, you know, but I
should get back into it.
I know I really need to find the time. See, I know with the exercise will come all the other positive things, but man, the highs were definitely, you know, connecting with my girl, and a good thing that came out of it was, you know, when you're clear-headed and straight in jail, there are times when you understand what's important in life, and it's very easy when you get out to take it for granted. Really easy, you know.
Absolutely.
You get out and you know, stuff's, it's easier to eat bad, even on a micro level. Like, it's easier to just veg out, relax. But on the worst scale, like, a lot of guys go back to drugs. Like, if I could count all the friends I've lost on the first 3 days out of prison, I've probably got at least 10 friends that have overdosed and died, because, you know, they get out without a habit on any kind of drugs, and generally I'd say it's opiates and
really
overdoses. Yeah. So you know, that's like, if I wanted anyone to take anything away from sort of my story, is that like all the drug shit stuff it doesn't help you, you know, like it's a mug's game. And
it's a waste of life.
Yeah. Jail, the deep down reason that jail is not cool, it's not because it's so hard, it's because it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's the easy way out, man. Like,
yeah, I totally.
All you have to really deal with, like, once you're not a kid and fighting and stuff and getting your respect in there or whatever, however you want to put it, it's more about the boredom. Like, it's just boring, you know? It's just monotony every day, but people get used to that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your food's brought to you, you got medical, you get your teeth done. You know, I get a filling now and it cost me $500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've got to work for that, and it's a lot harder to live a straight life. But what do you want to be? You want to be a man, or a boy? Because at the end of the day, like, if you're not being your best man, you're not, you know, like, you're not being your best man. And even me today, like, I'm not where I want to be. It's a constant struggle, and I swear all of us that have done, you know, 3-5 years plus, we're all damaged from it. Like, it's not a place of correction.
Yeah.
It doesn't correct anything. It damages, and anyone I know who's stayed out for any decent period of time has struggled and done it the hard way. Like, all the government stuff is, you know, it might help you a bit, but deep down, like, you've got to realise that it's just hard, and you sort of got to man up. You know what I mean? I was really lucky. I had a place to go to with my partner, and her family fully accepted me. Like, shout out to them. Like, man, I was one of the lucky ones. If I didn't have her and them, I guarantee you I would be still living there today. And yeah, but like, if I was to say, you know, for a guy getting out with no support, you're gonna have to do it the hard way and get those, you know, like guest houses or the housing and all that. And unfortunately, in a lot of Australian cities, like, where they're gonna put you is in the danger zone. You're gonna be around other users and stuff like that. So my best advice would be work. You gotta work, and you gotta, like, get yourself a place away. Love a lot of boys from jail, but we don't help each other. No. You know, like,
and you know, at the end of the day, it's like to live a normal life, you have to break yourself out of that circle.
100%. It's
not being no disrespect to the other boys, but
no, 100%.
If you want to get your shit together, you have to actually, you know, man up and be your own man.
100%. And I'm not saying like they lead me on the wrong track. I'll lead them as much, you know. Like, it's like when you click up with your old mates, you just it's so ingrained into you to steal stuff and use drugs. It's like,
so my idea,
what we do.
See, this is my idea, right? I figured doing these videos, it's like, be inspirational, be a better role model, and the people that you were friends with, who you can still be friends with, whether you're talking or not, but you can be a better role model for them and maybe pull them out of the
100%,
you know,
yeah,
that struggle as well, and hopefully get their lives back on track, you know.
Yeah, like I've bumped into one guy, shout out Potsy. and he's done it probably the hardest way I've seen. He's been released and done the full rehab, and he's got a young child, and man, the dude's an inspiration for anybody. Like, it can be done. It really can be, and it's easy to just numb yourself out or go back to the old ways, but really, like, if you want it, you can do it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. If I didn't have support, but I don't mind telling you, I'm a weak-willed person. Like, anything is addictive to me. Like, even the good things, the exercise and that. So but yeah, like, if I didn't have support, I don't know if I would have done as well.
Yeah.
Not to say you can't, but because guys do it, guys really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Have you had many struggles since your release?
Look, well, because I was a shoplifter for so many years, I was terrible with money. So I'd wake up and at 9, and by 12 o'clock I'd have a fistful of cash and brand new polo, whatever, Nauticas, all the good shit.
Yeah.
I'd have a new set of clothes and a fistful of cash and some drugs in my hand. So now that I work, I'll go to a servo, and all this stuff I would have used to just take, I'm buying it. Before I leave there, I've spent $50, and when you're on a regular wage, it's not that easy to do. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I've really struggled with being terrible with money, because I've never learned how to manage money. That's probably the main one.
Yeah.
Managing money is, those are the kind of skills that some guys are good at, some just aren't, and I've never been good at it. So, I just buy whatever I want now, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I used to just get it for free, so it's hard in that respect, but it's a work in progress, and I'm still battling on. I'm not back there yet. And my daughter's growing up. I love my girl. I couldn't picture myself in any other place. Like, my girl visited me every day. She's that kind of person that, like, the best I can describe it is like with crims, like that dude when you both get locked up, and that when the coppers come in and say he said this, they're talking shit. She's that solid one, like I'd be ruined without her. She does everything for me. She loves me for me. She knows everything about me. She gave me my daughter. I couldn't be happier, man. Like, I love my girl so much.
So you guys really share a really close bond with each other.
A good bond. Bond. I've put her through a lot of shit, like, especially with the money shit, because I'm useless with it. Like, but she has to take charge because I'm hopeless. But
at the end of the day, like, the way I see it is, if you got a good partner by your side, after your release, it makes life adapting to the community so much easier.
Yeah.
Especially if you got someone who's standing solid with you side by side all the way through,
Like, I see guys with crim girls, like girls that have done jail, and
it doesn't work.
It seems a lot harder for them.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like,
I'm just being straight. I believe it never works.
Yeah, I think generally, like, if one person's lived normally, it can help the other dude, but two people that have lived a life, like just the same, like I said with friends, like me and someone old catch up, we don't help each other, we you know, we spur each other to badness because it's just we go to our old haunts and we just do the same old shit, you know, because we're used to doing that. But yeah, I think it's a lot harder for couples that are both in the world, whether she's been to jail or not, or you know, like I've seen a lot of mates with girls that aren't really crims and doing jail, but they're like drug using working girls or whatever, and it just gets them back into that life, and yeah, it's not helpful.
Oh, it's good to hear, man.
I got lucky. I got out and rang an old boss, and they know everything about me. They're good to me. You know, I've got tickets in forklifts and, you know,
that's incredible,
like
man.
Elevators and all sorts of shit. But they know my story, and they're sort of supportive with it. So I've been loyal. I've just stayed with them forever. Like
That's incredible.
Like even money wise is good money. You know, like I'm earning pretty cool money. Like if someone said to me tomorrow we'll pay you $5 more, I wouldn't leave them because of their loyalty, you know.
Absolutely.
And that's one thing about crims, like an honest crim will, you know, they're pretty loyal people. You know what I mean?
Loyalty goes a long way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like my company built half of this stuff we see around us, so like I'm working on 16-story buildings, getting experience that, you know, 20 years ago when I started crime, I never thought I could do. I didn't know how to work, you know. I thought it was a mugs game, you know. Completely finished it. I did it all pretty much.
All your core conditions.
Well, yeah, I did the piss tests and
that's amazing, man.
Did the hard yards, I guess.
That's amazing.
To be honest, I dodged a few, but that, I guess I put that down to the you know, the growing pains of getting out. Like I was still fucked up a bit, so I was still struggled a bit, you know what I mean, getting out. But again, without the people around me, and so I guess if you don't have, like I had, you know, a good partner and her family, I guess if you didn't have that,
so it's about having a good support network.
Yeah, it is important. Like it's kind of AA stuff they talk about, or NA stuff, you know, but
I believe you really need a good support network to get yourself back on track.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like, and so all I could, I guess, say is for the dudes that don't have actual partners and or any family, like, you know, get yourself a good friends base, maybe get a job. I've seen a lot of guys get into like footy, and they found just finding, even when I was young, like I told you about the Polish family, like I did less bad stuff with them, you know, because I had that place to go and I had those people that would look after me, and like a good, even if you have to start from scratch, let's say you're in a fresh city and don't know anybody, try to get yourself a job, maybe go to the gym or something, maybe start, I don't know, touch footy or whatever can get you a base group of normal people, guys, anybody who can pay their bills and rent a private house is probably a good place to start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I labour on job sites, right? I can't see myself like physically being able to do it forever. So honestly, I'm thinking maybe some kind of study, either like getting my builder's license, or if not that, there's even easier avenues to earn good money.
Yeah.
Get like Moxie tickets. Moxie's like it's kind of like a truck with a articulated truck,
Yeah.
dump truck.
Yeah.
And going out on the mines maybe for a couple of years. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be a happy man if I can retire with a house and
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah.
die with a few quid in my pocket. If I could get my kids a house each, I'd be really happy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and it's a warning to you all, that, you know, while we're doing jail, you're getting out at 30, 40 years old. You don't have super like other people do. So
That's right.
with my wage now, I put, it's only $70. I put $70 extra into my super because I'm trying to like catch up to other people, basically.
Yeah.
Just to you know, I don't want to retire broke. I don't want to be a poor old man. Like, I fear, you know, I walk past an old beggar on the street and it's like my fear. Like, I'm so scared of that. And our life is, you know, that's where it's going to lead us.
Yeah.
If you continue crime, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
you can't do crime forever.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
unless you get life in jail, then you're looked after forever. But it's no way to live.
No.
But if you got no money, you don't want to be like on the pension, dying in a shitty housing estate.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not cool.
No, it's not.
Just knock it off. It's not cool. All those dudes, those older dudes, you think are the sickest crims. Look, I went into jail young and looked up to dudes. I wanted to be like them. Half of them are dead. Half of them did dishonorable things and are like shunned by the rest of us for life.
Yeah.
And like the coolest, a man is a bloke who can work every day, look after his family.
Absolutely.
Be a man. You want to be a man, like doing stick-ups and getting cash and you know, making it rain on Facey or whatever. Like, it's not cool, man. It's
No,
fun while it lasts, but that crew of dudes who you think are like, you know, all your boys and that,
It all ends at some point.
like, I'm not saying anyone's group of friends is bad, but
Always choose your friends carefully.
yeah, just run your own race, man.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I tell you, the long game is always better.
Yeah.
You can go get 10 grand today, but you don't respect that 10 grand from a stick up. Or if you rack, you know, you might get a grand, 2 grand a day from racking clothes and doing cabinets, watches, whatever. But you don't respect that money, you know what I mean? So
You respect it more when you work hard for it.
yeah, just work, man. Work, kick back, train, eat healthy,
Yeah.
have family, have children,
And
go
to-
forth and multiply. A positive thing to take away from it,
Yeah.
I guess it's a place at the very least, where if you choose, your head can be clear, because drugs and that are expensive in there. Just, you know, if you are in there or you're going there, use it to train. Don't get involved in the politics.
Absolutely.
Just train, eat healthy, and teach yourself how to do routine.
Yeah.
Wake up early when you don't have to wake up early.
Exactly.
Little things like that. Make your bed. That's one of the laws of power, or whatever. Like little things like that. They say in depression, when people stop making their bed and doing little things like that, is when they're going downhill.
Exactly.
So like, you know, wake up before they wake you up. Exercise when you don't feel like it. Eat healthy when you don't feel like it. Don't spend your money on shit. Don't get involved in the politics. Don't do anything that you think the older dudes will think you're cool for, or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's a mugs game. Trust me, I've been there. I've done it all. Like, whatever you think, you know what I mean? Whatever you think you've been through, we have done it all. We've done it all several times over, and it's bullshit. It's a farce. It's a lie, and it's not cool. It's just bullshit, man.
That's it.
It's a lie.
Thanks for that, Paddy.
No worries. Thank you so much.
So that comes to the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you comment, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.